everyone and welcome back to Mega Man Legends 2, where today it is time to head into the first key ruin and look for the first key to the Mother Lode. But before we do that, I went ahead and grinded out a bunch of money off screen, so now we can do a whole bunch of upgrading real quick before we head in. First off, we're going to change our weapon over to the drill arm, and we're going to be using the drill arm for this dungeon. I really wish the drill arm wasn't so useful because I would like excuses and opportunities to show off the rest of the special weapons. But we will have to show them off whenever we find an opportunity, because right now the drill arm is going to be pretty useful at enough of the dungeon that we're just going to take it through the whole thing. Now, before we head out, I do want to do some weapon upgrading. I grinded out a bunch of money. Oh no, I don't want to change weapons, I want to improve weapons. We're going to first improve the vacuum arm, and let's go ahead and go over the stats, the 5 stats that each of our special weapons will have. Not all of the stats will be upgradable on every single weapon, and they will all upgrade at different rates, with different prices, and having slightly different effects. Generally, attack is going to be the amount of damage each attack from your special weapon will do. The vacuum arm is a unique one in that it's just for collecting money that is fallen on the ground, so it's not going to actually do any damage to enemies, so you can't upgrade attack. It's at 0. Energy is about how much you can use it, how much ammo you have effectively before it runs dry. We're going to go ahead and upgrade this all the way on the vacuum arm, giving it infinite energy. Very few weapons will have infinite energy when fully upgraded, but the ones that do, it's going to be very worth it to get those upgraded. Next up, range is going to be, of course, how far the weapon will actually reach with its attacks. In the case of the vacuum arm, that is how far away it can suck money up from, so the more this is upgraded, the further away you can stand while grabbing money from off the ground. Fairly cheap to upgrade that to max. Rapid is how quickly the weapon will fire, how quickly the shots come out, and so you can actually, fire more rapidly, hit enemies with more shots at once. Very good. It's effectively a multiplier on your attack stat, just from having attacks come out more quickly. Vacuum arm, can't upgrade it. Doesn't really make sense. It's just constantly sucking in refractors, so not something you can upgrade on the vacuum arm. And finally, special is going to be something that varies from weapon to weapon. Most weapons are going to have some special property to them, and this special stat will improve that special property of that special weapon. So for the vacuum arm in particular, special is going to increase how quickly it actually sucks up refractors. The higher this is, the faster they come to you. And when it's at max, refractors will go from being on the ground to in your inventory in like a frame. It's immediate. It's very instant with special at max. Vacuum arm, in order to upgrade to full, takes 126,000 zenny. So, that's all done. A little bit on the expensive side, but definitely worth it, because it helps us gather more money more quickly. Next up, we're going to be upgrading the drill arm. Drill arm, as I believe I've mentioned, is a very short range. You have to be standing directly up against an enemy to actually hit an enemy with this. But by improving our attack, if we do manage to hit an enemy with the drill arm safely without getting ourselves killed in the process, max attack is going to do a lot of damage. Attack also very conveniently increases the speed at which it drills through walls. So I believe with max attack, it should get through walls basically instantly, which is going to be very useful for saving time. Next up, we're going to increase our energy as far as it'll go. It's not infinite energy, but it does go up pretty high. Of course, we cannot increase the range of our drill arm. It is a drill. It doesn't have range. It's just directly up against us. Yeah, nothing else can be upgraded. Range, rapid, special are all the same. I would have thought that special would be what affects the actual time it takes to drill through walls, but no, that's lumped in with attack. Drill arm is fairly cheap to upgrade. It is 11,000 zenny in total to get to max. And that's all the upgrading we're going to be doing for now. We'll take care of the other weapons as we end up using them. Next up, before we go, I do want to talk to Roll. There's something I want. I've been thinking, we need a new TV, but it will cost 25,000 zenny. Do you have any money? I do. Thanks. I'll go out and get one right away. I'm glad I asked you. Now I can watch my favorite shows again. Alright, and that should be all of the upgrades we can get for the Flutter. At least by talking to Roll. There's a few more things we can get to upgrade the Flutter, but we'll get to that in due time. Now then, as we are heading out, let's go ahead and take a look at our equipment. Heading into this next dungeon, we actually do want to equip the hover shoes, which we made from the light chip. You will see why as we hit around the halfway point of the dungeon. But it is something useful, so do have it on. It'll make things a little bit safer. Actually, quite a bit safer. It's not necessary, but it makes things easier for us, a lot easier. Buster parts. For my Buster parts, I went ahead and went with Buster Unit and Blaster Unit. So our attack's at 2, range is at 2, and energy is at 2. Rapid's at 0, which it's not ideal, but like this is about the best we can probably do at this current point in time. Pretty good balance of stats, of most of our stats at least. Alright, I guess we don't actually need the light shoes on until we're in the dungeon, so... Sorry, the hover shoes, made from the light chip. So let's switch over to jet skates and head on in. I feel really bad for the town. They took so much damage with that attack, but we'll do what we can to help them once we are done in the ruins. Well, hello, Data. I don't need to talk to you, but good to know you're here.
There he goes. Do you really think that there's a key here, Bola? Bola? Huh? Hey, Bola, where are you?
Huh? Did you say something, Claymore?
Did you say something, Claymore? Get with it, Bola. We might be the ones to find the Mother Lode. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
No, not at all. Why should I care? I've got enough money to keep me living a good life for a long time. I want out of this game. Get it, Claymore?
Come on, Bola, don't say that. I've dreamed of finding the Mother Lode for years. Help me out, huh? I'll let you take care of that blue kid. I'm going to check out another island.
All right, all right. Wouldn't want to get in the way of you and your treasure.
Wow, it looks like no one's ever been in here before. Isn't it exciting, Mega Man? You're the first digger to see this ruin.
Indeed I am. Very exciting indeed. I think we'll keep the jet skates on until we hit about the point where the hover shoes are a little bit more necessary. The high mobility is nice. Security system accessed. Card key required to activate main system. Well, that's unfortunate. Can't do anything with that until we find a card key. Let's take a look around this main room. It's locked. Okay, fair enough. There is another door on the map, but it's actually not on the ground floor. If we take a look around, there's stuff way above us. Yeah, multiple floors to this dungeon. It's locked. And this one doesn't have a flashing eye, so it appears to actually be open. Alright, before we head into any of those doors, or I guess into the west door, the only open door, let's finish out the map. And pretty quickly you're gonna see that these dungeons are a pretty big improvement over Legends 1. Still a bit on the linear side, the Legends 1 dungeons did feel a bit more open in places, which I liked. But the dungeons in Legends 2 feel a lot higher quality. They're a lot more detailed. We've got a new Reaverbot here, the Inme. We can fight them, but they're just gonna keep coming, so no real point, just rush past, try not to get hit. But yeah, overall these dungeons feel a lot higher quality. And you'll see what I mean more as we continue going through. I mean, immediately you can notice that, like, in Legends 1, the ruins were, like, square hallways, perfect squares. Now they actually have some angularity to the walls, which is nice. Okay, vacuum arm would be nice here, but it's not that big a deal. We're not here for all the money in the world. We've got better ways of grinding. I hear more Frongles. Hello there, Frongles. I believe we can pick one up and throw it at the other, but lifter strategies always feel really risky to me. I'm not the biggest fan of using the lifter, to be honest. When you can use it well, it is very powerful. You do a surprising amount of damage from throwing enemies around at each other. But it's also, you know, risky. Risky in the same way the drill arm is risky. You have to get right up against an enemy to actually use it.
Hi there. What's up? You're that digger called Mega Man, aren't you? Hey, what are you looking at me like that for? Boy, you're younger than they said you were. Now get me straight. I ain't got nothing against you personally, but my partner wants to get his hands on the Mother Lode, see? I haven't done this for a while. Hope I'm not too rusty.
Alright, we have to fight Bola right in the start of the dungeon. He's gonna start out by dropping a bunch of Frongles on us, which is annoying. They don't drop any money. That's actually a relief. I didn't want to have to grab money while I was running from 4 Frongles. Not that they're particularly tough, I just, you know, don't want to risk it. Now, the actual fight against Bola is, unfortunately, really easy. Just circle strafe? He's gonna throw his knives at us, and he's gonna miss every time as long as we're circle strafing? And, yeah, this is it. He did say he was rusty, to be fair, so... You know what, maybe he's just getting warmed up. Or maybe not.
Hey, you're tougher than you look, little man. You must be getting old. I'll be back once I catch my second wind. Try not to get killed before then, alright? See ya.
I mean, to be fair, he was harder than the Jaiwan, but not by much. You actually did have to circle strafe to get around him and not get hit by his knives. Okay, we've got these wall Reaver bots that are kind of circling their heads around. I couldn't actually find a name for them on the Mega Man Knowledge Base Wiki, which is where I've been getting the Reaver bot names.
Mega Man, it looks like there's a passageway near the right-hand wall.
It's possible I just missed it somehow. There's a big list of Reaver bot names there. But I looked at the page for this ruin specifically and didn't see them listed. So I'm just going to assume they have no name. Alright, we found 10,000 Zenny. Very nice. Over here we have a little control panel. Security system access. Download map data? Yes. Map data downloaded. Map of this area will now appear on internal map display. Alright, and now we have access to the map of the entire dungeon. There is a lot of dungeon coming up. Looks like if we keep heading forward, it'll circle back around to the main room. And then we could keep going onwards. If we follow the map up, it'll lead over, lots of stuff going on here. Lots of side ends and dead passages. Dead ends and side passages. Okay, big room at the end there. There were 2 doors on the first floor we couldn't go through. Let's see, and it looks like they just kind of loop back on themselves. Okay, there's still a lot of dungeon to go is all we're really getting out of this. But we can get a general idea for the structure of the dungeon now that we have the map. We found 5,000 Zenny. We're rich. We're so rich. And I'm going to put that drill arm away for now. We don't really need it. Okay.
That trap can't be destroyed. If you're careful, you should be able to get around it.
Okay, so we've got a big trap spinning around the middle. We could try and navigate through it. It just requires timing. But you may notice there's earthquakes happening. Reaverbot returning from Mega Man Legends 1, the Kuruguru! Crab Reaverbots. Well, we should be safe to hop down here and attack. I like how a lot of the late game Reaverbots from Legends 1 are appearing fairly early game in this one. Gorubeshus. I guess Kurugurus are more mid-game enemies. But I do like that they're coming in fairly early on. Makes it feel like, even though we've lost all of our equipment because Roll sold it all, we're still progressing in strength as a digger. We're still getting better. So what used to be hard before is now standard for us. I like that. Anyways, Kuruguru, you shoot them enough, they flip over, then you actually can do damage to them while they're flipped over. Also, as mentioned, you could, if you were brave, or flip them over first. Pick them up with your lifter and miss tossing them at their friends. Fair enough. Okay, let's grab all that money. So much money. And some special weapon fuel as well. And one Kuruguru left, so no one to throw you at. Oh! You hurt me by being flipped. That's rude. Thankfully, I dropped so many energy cubes, you do not need to worry about taking damage, as long as you're able to, kill one of them.
Look before you leap, Mega Man. It looks like there's a control panel to your right. Can you see it? It looks like there's a door over there you can use to get into the next area. But how are you supposed to get over there?
Yeah, there's not really a way across, but there is a control panel as mentioned. Security system access. Release door locks? Yes, let's do it. Center block, north door lock released. The northern.
The door on the floor below that was locked is open. Check it out, Mega Man.
Alright, north door unlocked. Let's head in. Check out a new area and, what are you called? Tarble, I believe? This Reaverbot is called a Tarble. Just gonna stand on those spinning platforms and fire bullets at us. How impolite. Alright, well, they're not too tough to deal with. Just gotta worry about the shots they fire. Though the ones that aren't on those spinning platforms, they're actually gonna dash at us. Though it is very funny when they crash into a wall and get a little bit dizzy. A bit of a concussion from crashing. Alright, staying up on the level above should largely protect us from the Tarbles on the ground. I'm double checking. It is Tarble, right? Yeah, Tarble. I was right. Still wanted to be sure. And we've got Gorubeshu ahead. Let's see. If I'm careful, I could. Haha! Now. Oh god! Oh, this has gone terribly wrong. Well, I was going to throw the Gorubeshu at his friend, but all the Mirumiji fell down and screwed up my lock-on, and then I got hit. The Gorubeshu has decided to hit me with a status effect called Numb, which prevents me from actually firing my Buster Gun. Thankfully, we've got this lovely medicine bottle we picked up at the store, which will actually remove special damage effects like that, like numbness. So now we can actually fire our Buster Gun again. Now, let's clear out these Mirumiji. Okay. Okay, I think... Oh, one left. Now, let's see. How are we going to deal with these Gorubeshu? If I can get in close enough... Okay, don't get hit. No, I can't throw that Gorubeshu very far at all. So once it starts firing its numbing shots, not much I can really do about that. Alright, well, lifter strategy sabotaged by Mirumiji. It happens. Also, don't worry if you don't happen to have a medicine bottle to get rid of the numbness. It will go away after like a minute. It'll just be really annoying waiting for it to go away. Okay, what do we have over here? More Gorubeshu. We've got a control panel over here. Security system access. Download item data. Yes. Item data downloaded. Item locations will now appear on internal map display. So yeah, we have effectively the Ocarina of Time compass. Or I guess the Zelda compass. Well, I will always argue that that the Legend series did lock on first, because it did, even if Ocarina of Time could not have taken it from Legends. They just developed it at the same time, and Legends came out first. Legends did come out first, right? I'm not misremembering that. They came out close enough together that they couldn't have ripped off each other. This is one inspiration they took from Ocarina of Time that I am very glad they did. Just being able to tell where all the items are, so you know exactly where to focus your extra searching energy. Also, so you know if you missed anything if you come back for a revisit, e.g. if you didn't come with the drill arm the first time. Okay, let's deal with these Gorubeshu real quick, and then I think we'll go south first, and then we'll head north to... Oh shit, mistakes! Sorry, not north. We'll take south first, and then we'll head west, since I believe, if I remember from the map, west will go back to the central room. Okay, Gorubeshu, you are rather annoying. There we go. You can get behind them while their shield is down and they're kind of stunned. That works. Okay, let me get that last map square. Okay, we've got a chest right in the middle of the room. And we got the blue card key. Awesome.
I'm back. Miss me? Ready for round 2?
And he's back, and this time he actually is a bit of a threat. He's got a bunch of spinning saw blades all around the place, so we gotta be careful not to run into those. Makes our ability to maneuver quite a bit more difficult, actually. Makes it a lot harder to circle strafe him while staying far enough to not get hit by his blades. You see what I mean? Just the additional saw blades makes this a lot tougher. Not too tough. It is possible to navigate, but oh yes. We can't hurt him during this phase. And those spinning saw blades are now spinning around the room. Not too hard to dodge as long as you know the pattern. They're just going to move counterclockwise 3 times to end up in the corners adjacent to where they started. And then he'll do this crap. He's occasionally going to leap at us and cause a big shockwave. So don't forget to jump over the shockwave like I did.
Oh. Dang, give an old man a break, will you? I think I pulled something. You might not realize it, but someday you'll be old too. Enjoy your youth while you can, but develop your skills, because your speed won't last forever. What do you care? You're not even listening anyway, are you? Later.
And that is it.
That card key was so hard to get. It must be used to access a central control panel. It's probably what you need to activate the panel that was just inside the entrance.
Alright, and that is it for Bola. We kicked his ass so thoroughly he is giving up. And yeah, as Roll said, that blue card key looks like it's going to be what we need to really access this dungeon. Security system access, release door locks, yes. Center block, east door lock released. Which means this door is now open. Okay, let's go raise up this control panel, see what it's gonna do for us. Security system access, card key confirmed. Activate main system, let's do it.
You should be able to get to the top of the tower now. Wait, I'm picking up multiple readings. The Reaver bots seem to have been activated everywhere. Be careful, Mega Man.
Okay, we now have a new Reaver bot in the room. If we can actually spot them, they're really high up. We got Jackos, which I believe are, yeah, returning from Legends 1. We first saw them in the Garden Forest subgate. They came out of Nest there, but now they're just all over the place. Also, I hear Frongles. I hear them, but I do not see them, and it is bothering me. Alright, well. Ah, there it is. It's up on the bridge. If the Jackos see us, they will fly down and swoop at us. Also, fun fact, apparently, I'm not going to try this, but apparently if you grab onto a Jacko with a lifter, and then jump, you'll actually fall much slower than normal. It'll basically be like a parachute almost. It's great, but it's also basically useless. Alright, well, we're being harassed by enemies, just angering our enemy meter. So, you know what? Next time on Mega Man Legends 2, now that we've activated the bridge in the middle of the ruins, it's time that we start making our way back up there so we can cross the bridge and see what remains. We're about halfway through now. I'll see everyone next time for the second half of Manda Ruins.